Autumn Revival. Keep it going for my good friend Research Chemicals. Keep it going for the entire teams and people who make this festival happen, for the sound crews and the VJs. I love this event so much. What a special time to get to share together. So, my name is DiCE, MaN. This is gonna be the last set of the festival, and the party is over. So, this is one of my storytime sets, and I feel compelled to tell you that the party is over. This set is going to be vocal driven. I will be performing a lot of spoken word poetry. And yeah, make yourselves comfortable. If you want to party, there's like a saloon and cabins and after party things going on. But in here, we're just gonna do some intention stuff. Okay, love you guys. I'm gonna lock in and do my thing. Okay. Do you ever feel like you're running? Do you ever feel like you're running out of your own skin? Sprinting to break the veil, like all wind and no sail. Do you ever feel like you're running out of air? Like each passing breath is more of a gasp of despair. Like each pant, heat, wheeze is another blow to the chest, bringing you to your knees. As if you're running out of air, unable to fly through the cloudy thoughts that fog your head and tangle your hair. Do you ever feel like you're running out of options? As if there's nothing on the table. All your cards were there and gone, and yet you still moved on. But it's hard to stay in motion when you feel like you're running out of opportunities. Like you're just another afterthought within a half dozen broken communities. Like nothing seems possible. Like you're just one too many premiums away from affording a bed at the hospital. Do you ever feel like you're running out of time? Like each ticking moment is a talking opponent. Do you ever feel like you're running out of time? As if each minute that goes to waste is an outcome misplaced. As if you'll never have enough hours. Like your dreams are getting devoured. Do you ever feel like you're running out of time? Out of time. You see, I get lost in other people's lives. Finding beauty in theirs has always been easier than finding it in my own. Sometimes I feel as if I am made up entirely of human beings. The pain I see in their quiet eyes, the joy that glistens from their skin when something makes them happy, this has always been enough for me. I will take beauty to my grave. You see, I have this dream where I keep all of my favorite feelings in mason jars, and I bring them out and I open them whenever I feel empty. I call the dream paradise. Not because all of the feelings are happy, but because I am in love with feeling a little bit of everything. Because all we ever really want is for something extraordinary to happen. Something that doesn't fit the routine of sunrise, sunset, sleep, and dream. There are those who wait for it, their hands steady below their waist. And then there are those who create it. Their arms like a spot staircase to the stars. Ask yourself, which one are you? Tell me I'm fucking crazy from turning so quickly from a happy man to a broken man. You see, what you don't understand and cannot seem to get through your thick skulls is that to reach the broken people, you yourself too have to be broken. It's all I've ever wanted, to reach people no one has yet reached. So I will say this: give me your suffering, and I swear it will be carried, even if that means the death of sorrow inside of you and the birth of sorrow inside of me. You see, that funny thing about chaos is that while it disturbs us, it too forces our hearts to roar in a way that we secretly find magnificent. The best thing we can do is be honest about our souls. I have learned this about myself. At times, I am filled with an incredible amount of warm sadness because there are just too many extraordinary people in this world for me. I feel like I could love 1,000 different people and live 1,000 different lives in just this one body that I have been given. That is why I am such a dangerous lover. You do not want to fall in love with me. I will burn your world down ferociously. I run with packs of wolves, and my blood-stricken fangs have fallen in love with the tragedy that I yearn to fall in love with you, and you, and you. Do you want to know how to seduce the night? This is not a poem about the stars or the moon, because we've all overused those phrases, and I believe that with the abundance of anything brings with it this deadly exhaustion we all cannot afford. If you truly want to fuck the night, and I mean fuck it hard and with purpose, so that fucking becomes making love and making love becomes forevers, then you better get off your lazy ass and create art. Create it with your soul and your soul alone, and just don't be afraid of what comes out of it. No matter the absurdness or the darkness or the sadness, just let yourself be free, because we forfeit our freedom too often for what other people think of us. What a damn shame that is, right? To keep walking around finding this copy of the image that the world finds so pleasing. I mean, how sick am I, mother, father? And how sick it is that I take pleasure in it, and that I be what I want to be, and that I feel what I feel inside for the sake of goddamn art. Goddamn art. You see, the problem is that you think you are not magic. From any distance, you appear as all things stunning do. They force us to forfeit all we know before you are exploding stars and fearfully forgotten truths. And the way that the ocean sways and the ever-illuminating moons, you are as magic gets, as brilliant as brilliance is, as unexplainably beautiful as anything has ever been. And to think that you are not magic, well, my darling, I suppose even our thoughts can betray us and make us fools. Can I hand you my backpack and get loose? You see, my toe needs to sketch a snake on the sidewalk. You don't mind if I shimmy and talk, yeah? Is that a basketball? Here, let me trade you these tax forms for it. I know this is an odd way to propose, but I'm just gonna start dancing near you. Soon, I won't even need to write poems. You're just gonna look at my face and think, that shit was deep. And you see, I'm gonna twinkle an eyebrow. You're gonna see my grandfather alone at the kitchen table watching the game in the living room. Or I'll roll up my sleeve, and then you're gonna say, you wanna drink all of my what? And I'm gonna say, that was supposed to be a heart metaphor, but I'm working on it. Let me play you a song you'll like, not just one that I can prove I know all the words to. You know, I know that we both love a different you, but that is just how I do polyamory. Oh, I have a spell for this. It's called Time Machine, which is Latin for, I wish this had gone differently. Did you just turn my arm into a pterodactyl? Is that an amoeba in your handbag? Did the world just flip right back to song 1? I wrote this for you. It's called the Bible. It's just some shit I've been thinking about. Let's create everything else. You know what those ancient Egyptians need? Kendrick. And then poof, I just invented strawberries and syrup, and then I manifested my self-love handles. Oh, this old thing, I call that music. Let's dance. This old thing that I call music. Let's dance.
In tandem, side by each.
Want to change the world, or at least what's in our reach.
Taking on the world, or is it taking me? At least we have each other to fill the in-betweens.
To fill the in-betweens. To fill the in-betweens. To fill the in-betweens. To fill the in-betweens. What do you want from me?
I want to be there for you.
I want the day we met to be circled on your
I
calendar.
want you to siphon the poetry from between my
I want
legs.
you to tell me that you love me, and I want you to mean it. I want you to mean it. I want you to mean it. I hope that these pictures could keep you company and make you feel less alone while our flesh was cities apart.
Until the time
We realign in tandem. In tandem, standing side by each, trying to change the world, or at least what's in our reach. Want to change the world, but the world is changing me.
we'll get through this,
To the other side,
where we'll meet.
in tandem. In tandem, in tandem, in tandem, in tandem, in tandem.
We'll get through this.
To the other side,
Where we'll meet.
in tandem.
In
In
tandem.
tandem, in tandem, in tandem.
In tandem.
We gone so many years without music that knew us. Music that knew you could arch your back, and I'd have proof that the earth was round. You could arch your back, and I'd have proof that the earth was round.
Someone just put their Diet Coke on me. Actually, they put it on my absence. You see, I am made of a tunnel. I am made of a window. Today, Mr. Poet, you are made of a turquoise sweatshirt. Today, you are made of a headache because last night you were made of 3 tequila shots. You see, today, I'm made of a Diet Coke bottle. I call it my little Nutri-Sweetheart. I'm made of brick in here. Sometimes, Mr. Turquoise Poet, I wish your outsides were made of nothingness so that I could see more clearly what you've named your bricks. One is the blue your nephew keeps in his new eyes. One, the curl your body becomes around your second pillow on the mornings you no longer enjoy being single. My promise to you is to never stop naming. Move me outside. I'll name my skyscrapers. Point me skyward. I'll name my planets. Point me at yourself. Please fucking point me at yourself. Finding your soulmate was just like they said it would be. It's this brand new music playing faintly in the background. We conceived a new way to speak using only our eyes. The sparks flew so high that the fireworks of July grew jealous of their tremendous heights. You see, finding you was just like they said it would be. And somehow, even better.
I know so much has not gotten better. I know so much has not gotten easier, but that moment knocked the wind out of me. Time finally being the kind of father we all deserve. The world finally turning its porch light on for us. It was so bright, traveling back in time to find us, to whisper into our chests. There will be music for you one day.
You see her words wrapped around me like pastel colors and these swirls of icing. All of these sweet nothings were turned somethings, and I could tell by her demeanor she wasn't even fronting. Said she didn't believe in magic until she heard my music, and now she casts spells of me with her entire body, floating through the air with this familiar oddity. And somewhere in our cacophony, she fell for me. Somewhere in our calamity, she raptured me, captured me, and coddled my inner beasts with a weightless ease. You know, I guess you could say I'm smitten. I never thought a sad sack like me would see the light at the end of the tunnel and keep pushing, never imagining I would actually see myself into your light.
I drink my coffee black.
To be human is to err. So sorry.
I drink my coffee black every morning. I like how looking at you makes me feel. Twice I asked to kiss you. The second time there was a lump in my throat. I like to believe it was a metaphor. A plain tumor is all it was. I have woken up, looked in the mirror, and thought, okay, I look good today. If I am late, it is because I don't know how to plan time. Cut to me blushing, laughing. Of course, we were no full moon. In my poems, you are the dream of you. The falling stars are just glitter, just thousands of tiny LED lights poured down from the sky. That July was a fire that minded its own business. The following June was just 30 days, the moon was a strawberry. It wasn't the drugs. The shadows on the ceiling weren't dancing again. I was walking backwards when I met you. You are not the first boy who I wrote into existence or loved. That thought unties my shoelaces. Once we were a crescent moon, weightless as a smile. I love you. Still, I'm not sorry I don't want to write about you anymore. So let's see how long we can go without talking. This time, if we really try, maybe I will forget your birthday. I miss you, but I don't wish you were here.
I imagine your smallness has been the culprit of writing unintended invitations to late-night subway riders and overly confident men. I worry about it, if I'm being honest. And if I'm being that, allow me then to be this. I am this boy who hears the closeness of the words worrier and warrior, all the while knowing it's you who have made me both of these things. I am a blade skinning a stone. I am a stone afraid of water. I am water boxing fire. I am fire suffocating. And if I am all of those, allow me then to be this. I am this boy, kidnapping your smile and ransoming it back to you for briefcases full of unmarked hand-holding.
I've come to know love, and it tastes like strawberry rhubarb pie on your birthday. I've come to know love. And it sounds like a Danley sound system ringing out your name through a faraway forest. I've come to know love. I can touch it. It feels like warm socks on cold feet. I've come to know love, and it smells like rain hitting the asphalt on our way home from the hospital. I have come to know love. It looks like time. I can see it in the gray hairs, in the wrinkles, in the tremor of your lips. You see, I have come to know love, and by now, I can sense it. It has always been you. You see, I will shed all of this skin down to the very bone beneath it if that's what it will take for you to come to the realization that appearances are not what makes a human beautiful. You are as sweet as anything is sweet. You are as warm as anything is warm. I connect our days together like constellations, mapping out the numbers that will allow us to light up the entire earth. And as my mind beats with the thrilling thought of you rolling over in sheets of infinity, I am certain that the equation equals forever. Close enough to your front door to knock 3 times, but I'm too busy finishing my sandwich to knock. Too busy transcribing the words to a Billy Joel song so I can sing it to you at a party that hasn't even happened yet. I can feel the sky in its nightgown. The moon is a full turntable. I don't want you to think I'm only writing about cooking you dinner. You see, I already went to the grocery store. They were out of crushed red pepper, but I purchased 4 quarter notes that I can fashion into a song. It's called a love ballad, and maybe you don't love me yet, but maybe you do. You see, I threw my hands from my wrists because I liked the way that beat sniffed around the speakers like a dog searching for the right place to shit. And my butt was against my blue jeans, against the ripped leather of some inflatable couch, listening to some beautiful poet profess what they dreamt about once because we are too scared to write out the new dreams because they are happening right now. Which is a good time to tell you that I am not alone. I'm next to one hot cup of soup. Ah, she could melt the wax off the wick if you catch my baseball. Now, I don't know her. We're just 2 bodies, 1 soul, and a bundle of old dreams, but I cross my left leg in her direction like a knight if the couch were a chessboard. And in my newest dreams, I think I see her see me. Like, I think I see her adjust her butt against that pants, against that leather right now, which is a good time to tell you that my heart has not been working right. It's this cold bowl of wax. It could freeze the juice off of a mango. I have been carrying this pistachio in my ribs for months. I have been trusting people only when I write about them. I have been straight to voicemail, and I have been taking the pages of all of these books, and I've been sewing them into a dress for my one-man prom. And I don't know what her mother's name is, but I am going to write that woman an email questionnaire, and I'm gonna reach my arm to the right now, which is a good time to tell you that she is two ladies, and only one that said I got an email from who said she only met me, but she knew me. Only one that I got an email from that said she only knew me, but she loved me. And I said, I don't believe in magic outside of my poems. I said, how could you love me? All I did was write an EP. And then only in the one time when I saw the comment she made on someone else's Facebook status. And isn't that the one right here? But my elbows heard the beat ride out the speakers on horseback, and my shoulders got yanked by some invisible lasso, and I am talking to the air with my entire body. And I was waiting for the perfect time to say, how do you do? If I was waiting for an invitation to a dinner party, if I was waiting for a flow chart to say that trust is a risk, like poetry, for a sign to spark in the back of these dreams that said, hey Wade, let it ride. Or to hit send until I already had a transcript of the reply. You see, I am already 33. And I know that one day my heart will shut down altogether. But at least I get to choose for what.
Have you ever really thought about it? Thought about what? Initiating this new portal expansion. The eternal connection between channels open between all things. Yes. Allow yourself to ascend. Ever changing, ever growing, ever expanding, ever dying, ever remaining. Highest version shall align to permanence, really. Permanence. Thank goodness. Well, thank goodness. For if the me in this moment did not disappear into what was, then the me in this moment could not be here. I am connected to all things. And isn't it lovely that I am here because I am not here? And between all things I shall reside. Eternal connection between all things. In the eternal multiverse.
If I knew what I know now then, way back when we first met, I'd point to the sunset and say that I drew that for you. You see, every now and again you can catch me wrinkling in the rain. See, I can talk a good game from the stage, but if you want to gauge a romantic thing said when we were messing up the bed, the best I can give you is, oh my God, we were totally humping, regardless. There's something beautiful about stating the obvious. All of us do it in these moments when we can't believe it. We just have to say it. It's like pinching yourself to make sure you're awake. Take, for example, something as simple as touching someone. We so often say, you're so soft. And the last person to touch them may have said it for the 28th time, but today, I'm number 29. And I'm not saying it for her benefit, I'm saying it for mine, because there are almost 7 billion people in the world, half of which are men. I think it's pretty fucking cool that I was number 29. And once upon a time, I was the first in line for a girl with freckles and strawberry blonde hair. We loved like an electric chair, hooked up to nuclear power plant and plugged into the sun, and everything we did had never been done. And I woke up the next morning with a smile that told the world, I'm number 1. I think of her more often than sometimes. And if she ever hears this, I want her to know that our first kiss tasted like pepper. More often than sometimes, we don't even care. We live like 2 games of solitaire, waiting to be played by one another. Her mother once asked me, do you love her? And I said, if there were 1 million teachers breathing down my neck, telling me the answer is no, I would still say yes. I guess that was enough for her. You see, we loved like 2 hitmen hell-bent on assassinating regret. Her orgasm was a wet gremlin multiplying itself into one another. Her younger brother knocked on the bedroom door and asked, what are you doing in there? And somewhere amid the awesome and the in-between, we replied in unison, studying. And we were. You see, I wrote notes on her skin in flesh-toned permanent ink that would sink and sit inside. And as I tried to underline the important parts of her, belly button, birthmark, collarbone, I wrote notes explaining that hers felt like silk stretched over stone. I told her, you're so soft. And she smiled and said, duh. But followed by, my body is not an erogenous zone. And I said, I hate that word. And she said, which word? And I said, erogenous. And then I told her, there's beauty in the obvious. Your belly button is where you started. It's where the cells divided and grew into you. So let me do what students do best. You can test me later, but right now, let me study. And she said, you're lucky this is a take-home test, boy. So then I highlighted and double underlined lips. I think of the beauty in the obvious, the way it forces us to admit how it exists, the way it insists on being pointed out like a bloody nose, or how every time it snows, there's always some asshole around to say, it's snowing. But the obvious isn't showing off. It's only reminding us that time passes and that somewhere along the way, we grow up. Not perfect, but up and out. It teaches us something about time, like we're all ticking and talking, walking the fine line between days and weeks, as if each second speaks of years and each month has years listening to forever, but never hearing anything beyond centuries, swallowed up by millenniums, as if time was calculating the sums needed to fill the empty belly of eternity. We so seldom understand each other. But if understanding is neither here nor there and the universe is infinite, then understand that no matter where we go, we will always be smack dab in the middle of nowhere. All we can do is share some piece of ourselves. Hope that it's remembered. Hope that we meant something to someone. My chest is a cannon that I have used to take aim and shoot my heart upon this world. And I love the way that an uncurled fist becomes a hand again. And when I take notes, I need it to underline the important parts of you. Happy, sad, lovely, battle cry ballistic like a disaster or a lipstick earthquaking and taking out the monuments of my hollow yesterdays. We will never have the obvious. It reminds us who we are and who we are, and it lives like a heart shape, like a jar that we cannot hand to others and say, can you open this for me? We'll always get the same answer. Not without breaking it. More often than sometimes, I say go for it. She loves me not. You see, I've been going through the chutes and ladders of loves me and loves me not. It's a rather silly game for an otherwise serious conundrum. The dichotomy of love and fear, picking and plucking away at my heartstrings. Each petal a display, this ballet as they chassé their way to the ground. I watched the I love yous drip from your lips, and I try to decipher if they're venomous or sweet, afraid that I'm just another placeholder, just the something in between. But I mustn't get hung up on such silly superstitions, on premonitions and what have yous, theoreticals and superstitions. You know, this isn't about fate or the planets or the stars. This is about the right here, the right now, and our two hearts. So tell me, what is it that I do not know? What more must I give you? What more must I show? What do you want from me?
What do you want? What do you want from me? I try to find myself, but you don't got no idea. It's taking a toll. It's taking a toll on me. But I never fall. I can't lose control of me, so I'll be all the way up to the ceiling. No better way to be feeling. Yes, I'm so hurt, but I'm healing. But I can only change, I can only change, I can only change. But I can only change, I can only change, I can only change. Wanna change the world, wanna change the world. 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 I'm healing, I'm healing, I'm healing. I can only
He loves me. He loves me not.
I'm healing, I'm healing, I'm healing. I can only
He loves me.
I don't know why, but I just feel like that. Thunder inside, yeah, it feels real like that. And it's real like that. Whoa. Harder to change. Why are you still like that? Yeah. Yeah, it feels real like that. And it's real like that. It's real like that.
Sorry.
Yeah, it feels real like that. It's real like that. Like that. It's real like that. Like that.
I was thinking, if darkness is not really darkness at all, but rather the absence of light, then my flaws are not really my flaws at all, but rather the absence of you.
Like peeking through the curtains. Damn, was it really worth it? Do you even try these days? No. Like peeking through the branches. I don't think that I can stand this. Always high these days. Yeah. Hey, and when there's light peeking through you, don't keep me in the dark. Don't keep me in the dark. No. Keep me in the dark. Yeah. no. Maybe I'm crazy, yeah. Or maybe I just figured you out. Lately I'm crazy, yeah. Lately I don't wanna go out. Need to be alone. Need to get the fuck out this town. Think you so grown. See you standing when it all burns down, yeah. Think that I'd be in too deep, but it wouldn't be my first time, yeah. Thinking that this hill's too steep, but this wouldn't be my first climb, yeah. Think that I'd be in too deep, but it wouldn't be my first time, my first time, my first time, my first time, sunlight through the curtains, long night putting work in, long drives to get away, yeah. So hot trying to get away, yeah. Sunlight through the window, take me to the place where the wind go, take me to the place where my can't fall, yeah. Take it all the way, yeah.
And on releasing light, you see in some stories, the protagonist has to kill the bad thing to release its light. In my story, I am the protagonist. And the bad thing, I have to learn how to bend the light out of myself. But I can do that magic.
You don't like coffee. You like what it does to your body. You like the way coffee makes your body feel, so you take your cream and sugar with coffee. I'm not sure why you kissed me back the first time. I suspect you liked what it did to your body. You liked the way my kiss made your body feel. Once, I let you wrap your palms around my neck to feel the tumor ride my throat like an elevator. You wear sweatshorts, and I still want to fuck you. Once. You gave me a bouquet of pink roses, or was it a fury of your puckered lips? When your elbow found mine in that crowd after a year of our mouths not speaking, I was not happy to see you. I was relieved. Once, you said a person is either a peacekeeper or a pot stirrer. We both knew which I am. I bet you think you're a peacekeeper. I bet you think magicians don't exist. You are the first dizzy wind spell to trip my tornado. Once you smiled in my direction, and balloon on the loose, there I went so high I forgot which came first, you or the dream of you. You told me once after work you took the bus all the way west to watch the sunset, only to miss it. You said you were so glad you made it to me on time. If you came back, I would not ask why. You may say none of this ever happened. You may say none of this ever happened.
When we were together, there was a feeling that came over me. I don't know what to call it. Was it love? Or was it torment?
Was it love?
Or was it
Pity?
Or was it
That one night in the city,
It felt empty. The last promise you made me. I mean, of course I fucking love you.
You know
I do.
what? This isn't what it wants.
Look, we both know that it won't work.
I know.
I know.
The truth has three sides. Part 3.
I drink my coffee black, but you don't like coffee. You like what it does to your body. You like the way coffee makes your body feel, so you take your cream and sugar with coffee every morning. This is not about you. I just like how looking at you makes me feel. Twice I asked to kiss you. The second time, how you said, I just don't think I can give you what you want. Really not sure then why you kissed me back the first time. I suspect you liked what it did to your body. You liked the way my kiss made your body feel. Once there was a lump in my throat. I like to believe it was a metaphor for every feeling I have ever swallowed. A plain tumor is really all it was. See how this is my story. I have woken up, looked in the mirror, and thought, damn, I look good today, and you wear sweatshorts in public, and I still wanna fuck you. Once you gave me a bouquet of pink roses, or was it a fury of your puckered lips? If I am late, it is because I was too anxious to leave. I don't know how to plan time, so when your elbow found mine in that crowd after a year of our mouths not speaking, I was not happy to see you. I was mad that I was relieved. Cut to me blushing, laughing, of course, weren't you dancing beside me? But we were no full moon. Once you said a person was either a peacekeeper or a pot stirrer, and we both knew which I am, and I bet you still think you're a peacekeeper. In my poems, you are the dream of you. Maybe is this alternate universe where the falling stars were just glitter. Just thousands of tiny LED lights poured down from the sky. That July was a fire, but it minded its own business. And the following June was just 30 days the moon was a strawberry. It might have been the drugs. But the shadows on the ceiling were not dancing again. I was walking backwards when I met you. I made all of this magic, and I bet you think magicians don't exist. Well, you are not the first boy who I wrote into existence or loved. You are just the first dizzy wind spell to trip my tornado. That time you smiled in my direction. And balloon on the loose, there I went so high, I forgot which came first, you or the dream of you. And it's that thought that unties my shoelaces. Because once we were a crescent moon, weightless as a smile. And I love you. Still. I'm not sorry. I just can't write about you anymore. So let's see how long we can go without talking. This time, I will really try to forget your birthday. Maybe. If you came back, I would not ask why I miss you. But I don't wish you were here. And you may say none of this ever happened, but all of the details sure fit. So abracadabra. Abracadabra.
Both know that we both know that we both know that both know that
going through it, or are you growing through it? You see, I've been going through the thought of a future without you. Somehow it still looks all the same. You've just been cropped out of the frame, and honestly, it's beginning to grow on me. I've been going through the motions each day after day because the repetition of actions helps me hone in on my passions, which have been growing through my every move. I admit, I was caught in a trip. I fell off and lost grip, and the static in my mind, it was nothing but a glitch, but you just couldn't see past the screens. So you split, told me that was it, didn't care a bit, just shoot a text and dip, save the wave and zip. We weren't so well equipped, well, not for shit like this. We took a chance and slipped. I'm creating new patterns. Patterns that push me to be better than I was yesterday. You see, yesterday is just a memory that I stored into a backup hard drive and shoved into a drawer. My mind is sore from erasing you. Erasing you because that's how I get on with me. You see, with me, Love is not easy, but I told you that from the start, so I am a little surprised when you stayed, when you said your heart just wasn't ready for this. This is not an end. It's just a new beginning. You see, I'm creating new patterns. I'm writing new code to my life. You see, my life is something worth sticking around for. Sticking around for too long can grow exhausting. Exhausting every ounce of energy to reach you, doing everything in my power to teach you that being emotional is just part of the puzzle. Part of the puzzle that you don't want to acknowledge. But please acknowledge the growth in yourself. You yourself are powerful. You yourself are enough. You yourself. Yo, for real, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. You love the idea of me, so now I carry around the idea of you, and I hear it in our favorite songs, and I see your encryption on the faces of strangers walking down Lexington, perplexed again, falling back into old routines to fill the in-betweens. I did not mean for this to happen. But I'm sure glad it did, because I'm in a better place now. I'm back in tune with the frequencies around me, and they're reminding me that you and we were just a 404 that we chose to ignore. You see, there was a disruption in the code that we seldom spoke of. We existed as this flickering white noise, the dance between 1,000 idiosyncrasies flashing across the screen, stuck on the wrong channel for too long. We were a poor connection. Sunset, drink the falling starlight, tickle the ribs of fear, and look rejection in his pimpled face.
And language.
Well, that time is most certainly now. It's right now.
And language. Words and language.
No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world. We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race, and the human race is filled with passion. And medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. To quote from Whitman, "Oh me, O life of the questions of these recurring, of the endless trains of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish, what good amid these will be, O life? Answer that you are here. That life exists and identity. That the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. Powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be?
In the old days, the myths were the stories we used to explain ourselves. But how can we explain the way we hate ourselves? The things we've made ourselves into, the way we break ourselves into, the way we overcomplicate ourselves. But we are still mythical. We are still permanently trapped somewhere between the heroic and the pitiful. We are still godly. That's what's made us so monstrous. But it feels like we've forgotten that we are much more than the sum of the things that belong to us. The empty skies rise over the benches where the old men sit, and they are desolate and friendless. And the young men spit, and inside they are delicate, but outside they are reckless. And I reckon these are our heroes. These are our legends. The face on the street you walk past without looking at. The face on the street that walks past you without looking back. The man in the supermarket trying to keep his kids out of his trolley, or the woman by the park bench struggling with her brolly. Every single person has a purpose in them burning. Look again. Allow yourself to see them. Millions of characters, each with their own epic narrative, singing it's hard to be an angel until you've been a demon. Now the sky is so perfect it looks like a painting, but the air is so thick that we feel like we're fainting. We're fainting. All we really want is to know what's right from what's wrong, and how we all need to struggle to find out for ourselves which side we are on. We all need to love and be loved and keep going. And alright, there's no monsters to kill. There's no dragon's teeth left for the sowing. But what there is the flowing of rain down the gutters. What there is are these muttering nutters. What we have here is a brand new mythic palette. You know the parable of the mate you had who could have been anything, but he turned out an addict. Our morality is learned through our experiences gained in these cities, in all of their rage and their tedium. And yes, our colours are muted and beige, but the battles, they rage all the same. We are still godly, call us by our name. We are perfect because of our imperfection. We must stay hopeful, we must stay patient, because when they excavate the modern day, they'll find us, the brand new ancients.
Autumn Revival, I have so much love for you guys. We're going to wrap this up here soon, and it means the world that you guys care to be here for this. I know it's different, and thank you so much. This is one of the pleasures of my life to be able to do stuff like this. Keep it going for the whole team that puts this together. So much love.
You can take it from the tears of your courage. There has always been heroes. There has always been villains. And yes, the stakes may have changed, but really there's no difference. There's always been heartbreak, greed, and ambition, bravery, love, trespass, and contrition. We are the same beings that began, and we're still living. In all of our fury and foulness and friction, these are everyday odysseys. We have dreams, we make decisions, the stories are there if you listen. The stories are here, the stories are you. And your fear and your hope is as old as the language of smoke, the language of blood, the language of languishing love. The gods are all here because the gods are in us, man. The gods are in the betting shops, the gods are in the caff, the gods are smoking fags out the back, the gods are in their office blocks, the gods are at their desks, the gods are sick of always giving more and getting less, the gods are in the supermarket, the gods are walking home, the gods can't stop checking Facebook on their phone, the gods are in a traffic jam, the gods are on a train, the gods are watching adverts, the gods are not to blame, the gods are working for the council, the gods are on the dole, the gods are getting drunk, pissing their wages down the hole. The gods are in their gardens and they're tearing up their plants. The gods are in the classrooms, those poor things don't stand a chance. The gods are trying to tell the truth, but the truth is hard to say. The gods are born, they live a while, and then they pass away. They're in a crowded street, it's too much, they feel sick. They're sure there must be more to life, but they don't know what that is. These gods have got no oracles to translate their requests. These gods have got a headache and a payment plan and stress about when next they'll see their kids. They are not fighting over favors. They are just getting on with it. They are the brand new ancients. They are the brand new ancients. They are the brand new ancients.
Okay, thanks again, guys. Good night.